welcome to December 2, December Daily Collaging with me. Yesterday we did this one, and let's see which one we shall do today. I'm taking out my prompts list here from my pocket, which is linked below for you. So yesterday we did number 8, use a bird as your focal point. I do have a playlist of my December daily collaging linked below in case you miss any one of these. And today I think I want to do number 3, use magazine images. So I will circle that. But one very important thing that we need to do, or that I need to do before I start, is I have to open my advent calendar for today. That's like the best part of my day. So number 2, here we are. Let's see what we have today. It's another bag with some more Christmas themed gummies. Yay! Again, I feel horrible for eating these without you, but I wish there was a way I could share these with you. I will just leave them here for you to watch how they disappear slowly. Oh my goodness, these are sour. How cool. These are all sour. My goodness, they're sour. I just love sour. Like, this is for me the best treat ever. Gummy and sour. Wow. Okay, we are working on page 2. I'm doing this in the right sequence. I'm not skipping through my book, so this will be the page we are working on. And I thought I would look through my Daphne's Diary magazine. This is from 2019, so last year. It's issue number 8, which looks like it was the Christmas edition. So Daphne's Diary obviously is a great magazine to go through for beautiful images. I know you can't get it in all the countries. It is quite expensive. I used to have a subscription, but I don't anymore, unfortunately. Another really good one is probably Flow, the Flow magazine, or any other Christmas themed magazines. These days there are so many beautiful, like, crafty magazines. When I go to a bookstore, they nowadays have really cute crafty, Christmassy, or just crafty magazines, and I'm sure they all have Christmas themes at the moment. So should be easy to find something in case you don't have something already. You probably have a stack of magazines somewhere. And I remember seeing, oh yum, tiramisu, yum. These, of course, are really cute. I might use these as focal points. Not sure yet. But I saw in here they had the cutest wrapping paper, which I want to use as a background. There it is. How cute is this wrapping paper? And this is exactly up my alley. This is exactly the style I love. It's not far from my digitals, actually. So I'm going to tear this out. Look how pretty this gift is. Love how they did that. So cute. I don't like this one as much. This is very cute. So I'm going to, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna use the one with this image, so the part with that image. So I'm going to tear this with my ruler to fit my page. I want it covering my page almost. I do want to see still some of the edges of the vintage paper. Yeah, that's good. Obviously, I'm going to ink up the edges. And then I'm going to glue this in here. I'm really not a fan anymore of this red and green classical Christmas. I'm really much more gravitating towards these lighter feminine Christmas colors. So maybe I can manage to do this whole book in lighter colors. That would be a nice challenge. Now, since this background obviously is quite colorful, I need to dampen that a bit. And I will do that, of course, with some gesso. And I always say you can also use white acrylic paint. Maybe you thin it down just a tad with a little bit of water. I should have maybe used a wet brush. I'm gonna wet my brush. Okay, I think that might be better. Yeah, this is much better. There, I think that is a very pretty background. So we'll let that dry for a moment. This is as far as I have planned this spread. So now I have no idea what comes next. So I'm gonna take a second to think about that. I'm just gonna put this little box underneath my lid so that I have a better surface, so that it's more even. This is good, sort of. And I thought the next step I would do is to do some stamping in the background. So it looks like this might be a mixed media page. I don't know yet. I have this stamp set that I got 2 or 3 years ago from a local store here called Depot. I'm sure they have it in Germany as well, probably other countries. And this is quite a modern set, as you can see, but I think this will go pretty well with this background. So I just want to do some stamping. This guy definitely, maybe even him, and maybe even some of these more abstract trees, or what do you call them, ornaments, Christmas ornaments. Let's just have fun with some stamping. So the way I work is I hardly ever have a final layout or plan in my head for a spread or for a collage. I really always think in mini steps. I don't know if that's good or bad, but this is how it works for me. So as I said before, I just knew I want this background. That's all I knew. Now the only thing I know is, for me, it makes sense to do some stamping here. And I think working this way is just somehow less intimidating, because you're not thinking of a final amazing spread that you have to do and all the things that are involved. No, you just think one step at a time. I actually want to do this one again. You just think one step at a time, and that way I think it's a lot more manageable, and that way it lets you be flexible. I admire those people who can just have a plan and then go for it, but it just doesn't seem to work for me. This stamp is so cool. And it's really interesting on this gesso now with this paper underneath. This is the first time I see that the espresso truffle doesn't look like black, but here it actually almost looks brown or maroon, which is totally cool, because up until now this color always looked nearly black. So that, I don't know why it's now taking on this color on the gesso, but I love it. Okay, let's try this one. I'm not sure how well he's gonna stamp because he has a lot of black. Usually, you know what, I'm not gonna stamp him. He's too dark for me. So maybe I'll stamp him one more time. You know I like working in threes. Let's let's put one more up here. Of course, I'm gonna have it now outside of the paper if I do that, unless I mask that and I'm too lazy. Maybe just on one. No, I know. I'll just put it here, just masking off my edge, and then I'll stamp him like this. Yes, that is good. And I'm hoping that if you do one of these collages a day, that it won't seem overwhelming. You know, it's something you would maybe even be able to do like in 10 minutes or in 15 minutes. I don't know if this is going to work at all. Oh, yep, it does. Let's do a few more of these. I was worried that this color is gonna be too dark, but I'm just loving this. How cool is that? Ha! And I'm really hoping that I won't buy any more, at least not buy any more stamps. I don't know if I probably will find something to buy, something Christmassy, but at least no more stamps, because as you maybe have seen in the kickoff, I definitely have more than enough. I used to make a lot of cards. I used to sell them mostly in my school where I was working, because of course it was very convenient for my colleagues to just buy them from me instead of having to go to a shop to buy them. They could just pick them up in my office. And yeah, and of course it's nice to have a personal touch with unique cards that you can't buy in a shop, I guess. All right, I think one more, and then I think that's, oh, there's little stars. I think I need some stars in here as well. Okay, this is so much fun. Random stamping is just a blast. Oh, there's two stars, a big one and a small one. Let's see if I can do them together, or if one is bigger than the other. Yeah, that's always the question. Oh no, it works. And they're really cute. I think that's enough. So that's what we have so far. That's fun. Let's see what else we can find in here that might work. So we have these circle images. They are meant to be not coasters, but you know, to put around your wine glass so that you know whose is whose, which one belongs to whom. But I guess this year that won't be an issue because nobody's gonna have guests over. But I am thinking we can obviously use these in another way, and looking at the colors I have here, I think the one that I would like most is this one here. So I will cut this out. I don't know yet for sure that I'm going to be using it, but it's an option. When I was flipping through this, I also saw a really cute image, but unfortunately our page is now too modern to use an image as vintage looking as this one. Here. Such a cute image. Maybe for another spread. So I'm going to cut these out. I don't use magazine images enough, I think. Well, I don't really buy any magazines, but I have a whole stack of these Daphne's Diary magazines, and I should really use them because I'm not treating them in a precious way that I wouldn't cut them up. As you can see, I'm cutting them up. I used to cut them up to use in other journals as well. Okay, let's ink this up. Obviously, we would have to cover this up somehow. I do want to keep the joy though. And then of course we had these little guys from the little booklet. I don't know what this was for. I think I will very carefully tear around these. This is what they look like now. I can definitely work better with these. Now, is there any way I can add these to this? Somehow it's cute and somehow I don't know if I like it. I mean, I could just glue these down and call it done. I have these little chipboard pieces. I could add some of these. Maybe these snowflake-like ones. Actually, that is cute, isn't it? I like that. I could, of course, try to add a lot more elements, but I'm really enjoying the simplicity. So I think I'm just gonna go for this and not try to do something just for the sake of adding things. I like it like this. We just need to add the date. And I'm sorry if this is too simple for you, but when you have cute images, it's really very easy to make a nice spread or page. And then it only takes you 10 minutes. That's okay too, right? We're all busy in December. I'm curious, I'm guessing that, I mean, I don't know what the restrictions are by the time we get to Christmas. But if you cannot be with your family, are you then just, do you have more stress now because you have to have your presents earlier and you're mailing them, or how is that gonna work? For me, it really doesn't matter because, as I said, I don't celebrate Christmas anymore. I used to, of course, with my parents. I used to love it so much. But since my parents have passed, I have two brothers and they both celebrate with their families, and my hubby doesn't celebrate Christmas, so I kind of stopped celebrating too. Of course, he would celebrate with me if I wanted to. I mean, what we do have is we will probably cook a nice meal together. That I definitely enjoy on Christmas Eve, and maybe we'll give each other a present or something. I don't know yet, but we don't do the whole tree thing and none of that. I do put up a few decorations in my apartment, or actually I already have a few up now, but I won't have a tree or stockings or anything like that. And I'm totally fine with it. It's not like I feel I'm missing out. I'm totally fine with that. Let's add a date. Again, I'm not going to stamp it directly on here. I want to have it separately, and I want to then ink up the edges so that it stands out a little bit more. And I'm going to use the same paper that I used as a background here to stamp on. And I'm gonna do this using my clickable alphabet stamps. I will link these for you below with my Amazon affiliate links. I did buy these locally at Michael's when I was in the US. So maybe Michael has them if you are anywhere near a Michael's. But otherwise you can just order them online. So I'm just gonna write these. And then these I got online, I believe. I did not buy, they didn't have these at Michael's, I don't think, because I'm thinking I would have bought them. I'm again going to just use my Memento ink. Oh no, it's not December 1. What am I doing? It's December 2. Okay, let's do this again. Do I tear around it? No, I'm going to cut around it. I really like the size and the font of these stamps. I think they come out really nicely. Here we are. Nothing exciting, but I'm happy with it. I really like it. It was very easy and simple to do, and I love having simple spreads. It doesn't always have to be so complicated or so many elements. So that was your daily inspiration. I hope it helped you. Go dig out those old magazines I'm sure you have laying around somewhere that you've been hoarding. So hope you join me again tomorrow for a new collage. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Love you guys. Mwah, mwah.